All right. Shalom, Akim. Shalom. This is the brother Ba'ar coming back at you again with another daily exhortation to edify the body, to edify the sheep of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah to the best of my ability. And before I start, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem Rakah Quadash. I like to give double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone. I like to give salutations to the Akim preaching the gospel across the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. Shalom, Akim. Shalom. Once again, I'm back with another daily exhortation. And Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. It's a short lesson, but Lord willing, that is edified. That is edifying. All right, and I want to start off with this first precept. This is Proverbs 15. Proverbs 15, verse 1, and it says, "A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stirreth up anger." All right, and I wanted to start off with this precept because, I was doing a little reading earlier, as I was putting together this lesson, and the chapter that I'm going to go into it's in Sirach. It's the book I'm going into is going to be in Sirach. Actually, Sirach 26. And just reading that precept, just reading that chapter, man, it reminds me of our people in the world. Just our people in general and the things that we've experienced here in Babylon. Here in this captivity, it's not just wine and women that cause us to, fall away, or that was our overthrowing, but our tongue, our mouths, our people, they lack foundation, because in order to take that L, you have to have foundation. You have to have order, and you have to know your place within that order. And most importantly, you have to know the will of the Lord. When you understand these things, it's a lot easier to take the L. Going through Babylon, being in darkness, having no understanding of anything, you tend to get emotional because sometimes, you tend to get a better reaction, or you tend to get a reaction when you're emotional. Sometimes it's a way of, getting attention and just, having people care for you. I guess it's weird, but being in the world is being like a delinquent, man, but being in this truth, it gives you foundation. It gives you order. It gives you purpose, and knowing what the will of the Lord is, it allows you to better to take the L, to take the low, and that's something that, our people that are in the world don't have the understanding of. All right. So before I go to the chapter that I wanted to read, let me also bring out Proverbs 18. Proverbs 18, verse 21, and it says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof," man. And that is true. Just thinking about our time here in Babylon, man, many men, once again, besides wine and women, many men has fell by their tongue. Many men. When I was reading the book of Sirach, man, I'm just thinking about all the things, man, that, just speaking for myself, that I experienced here in Babylon. All my friends, a lot of the issues that they got into, many men that passed away, it's all because of their tongue, man. And also how, your tongue it'll put you, your mouth, it'll put you in places that you don't want to be in if you don't learn to control it. It'll put you in situations that you don't want to be in if you don't learn to control it. All right. But let's go there. Let's go to Sirach. All right. So Sirach 26. Actually, let me see. Was it 26? No. Salakia. It wasn't. It's not Sirach 26. It's Sirach 28. Salakia. That's my fault. All right. Sirach 28. And let me see. Man, oh man. Let me see. All right. I'll start off at 10, but just bear with me, Akim. Bear with me. And it says, as the matter of the fire is, so it burneth. And as a man's strength is, so is his wrath. And according to his riches, his anger ariseth, and the stronger they are which contend, the more they will be inflamed. All right, Salakia. And it says, verse 11, it says, in hasty contention kindleth a fire, and in hasty fighting sheddeth blood. If thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched. And both these come out of thy mouth. Curse the whisperer and double tongue, for such have destroyed many that were at peace. A backbiting tongue hath disquieted many, and driven them from nation to nation. Strong cities hath it pulled down, and overthrown the houses of great men. All right, so just already approaching in this chapter, in this reading, you're reading and you're understanding how powerful the tongue is, man. Powerful the mouth is, especially the backbiting. When you refuse to take the L, all these things can happen, man, if you don't hold your peace. If you don't take the L, if you don't give that soft answer. That soft answer is very important, man, especially when you're walking in the spirit. Because sometimes when you're interacting with other men or women, you get a feel for the intensity of the conversation. And it could easily go left. You could feel it. But it's better just to take the low and give a soft answer. So let me continue. And it says, verse 15, and it says, a backbiting tongue hath cast out virtuous women, and deprived them of their labors, man. And many men, growing up in Babylon, man, many men has messed up decent relationships with decent women, just because of their backbiting tongue, always wanting to be argumentative. That's not supposed to be our spirit. That's a feminine spirit, to be all out of order, to be, argumentative and contentious. Sometimes it'd be decent women. It's just because you don't know how to hold your peace, you tend to lose those kind of women. All right. And it says, deprive them of their labor, and deprive them of their labors. A lot of guys at work. Hey man, brothers, y'all know, y'all seen these guys, man. They don't take no shit even from their supervisors and their managers. They waiting for the opportunity to snap on somebody. That's our people, having no foundation, not understanding that you're in captivity. Not knowing that the Most High has given us unto our enemies, has put us in this lower state. All these things, when you understand, it'll help you deal. It'll comfort you and help you deal with your everyday life, help you deal with your everyday struggles. But our people, they're in darkness. When we were once in darkness, we were once in the world having no understanding. And some of us brothers, are intense in spirit. Some of us brothers, in the world, we didn't take the L a lot. We would be very contentious, and that would always put us in a messed up situation. A messed up situation, losing jobs, ruining friendships, ruining relationships with women, these kind of things, getting into fights, because of our backbiting. All right, let me continue. And it says, Verse 16, and it says, whoso hearkeneth unto it shall never find rest, and never dwell quietly. The stroke of the whip maketh marks in the flesh, but the stroke of the tongue breaketh bones. Man, we've seen it, man. We've seen people, lose it based off of something that somebody said, man. Just lose it. Just, man. You know what I'm saying? We've all seen it. You know what I'm saying? And that always, in times like that most of the time that leads to bloodshed. Because that word breaketh bones, but instead of using it in righteousness, our people being in darkness, man, use it for wickedness, man. Okay? And it says, many have fallen by the edge of the sword. All right? But not so many as have fallen by the tongue, man. Going out to the clubs, going out to the mall, whatever, football, high school football games, whatever, bumping into Jake, saying some stuff out of their mouth, instead of apologizing, instead of taking the low, like, damn, man, whatever, y'all understand, man. We all come from the same curses, man. We've all come from these same cities, man. We all been raised around Jake, so we've been through these kind of situations all our lives. It says, many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue. Well is he that is defended from it. All right, and hath not passed through the venom thereof. Slaki, let me read that again, verse 19. And it says, well is he that is defended from it, and hath not passed through the venom thereof, who hath not drawn the yoke thereof, nor hath been bound in her bands, man. And that's why the scriptures teach us to have rule over our spirit. And that's a very important thing to have, man. That's a very good thing to exercise yourself in. All right, and not being quick to speak, man. Being quick to hear. All right. One thing, my older brother used to tell me a lot when I was growing up, man. Think before you speak, man. Think before you speak. And that's something that stuck with me, and that caused me to be a little more patient in speech, growing up in life. And that's sound advice. That's wisdom, and that's how we should carry ourselves, man. Being patient in spirit, having some counsel in your mind before you say something. Is this, what is this going to bring? Is it going to make the situation better? These things you have to think about, and these things we were not taught in the world. For most of us, a lot of us are coming, knee deep in curses. Well, not even knee deep, neck deep in curses, just drowning in curses, man. Being raised in broken homes, man. We're not taught these things, so we end up getting in a lot of trouble, man, in the world. A lot of our brothers end up losing their lives, man, in the world. Not being able to control their mouth, man. Not being able to control their tongue and their spirit. All right. And it says, verse 20, and it says, for the yoke thereof is a yoke of iron, and the bands thereof are bands of brass, man. Man, that it could put you in a messed up situation, man. That backbiting, man. Hold your peace. And that's something that we exercise even out on the highways and byways, because it can become very contentious out there. But the Spirit of the Lord is with us, and we're able to, hold our tongue, and not, backbite. The Lord has blessed us with the ability to listen, before we give answer, so we'll have a thorough response. All right. And it says, verse 21, the death thereof is an evil death. The grave were better than it. It shall not have rule over them that fear Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. Neither shall they be burnt with the flames thereof, man. This is why it's important to walk in the spirit. Acknowledge the Lord in all thy ways, man. Acknowledge him, man. always remaining in the spirit, you know, always being in the what does the scripture says? It says, be apt to teach, man. Always being ready to teach. Be instant in season and out of season. Even if you have to use subtlety when it comes to Jake, man. Whenever we're interacting with Jake, we just have to be subtle, you know, when we're around them and teaching them. Because even a wicked Jake loves wisdom. You know, even a wicked Jake loves a brotherly spirit. You know, they're still Jakes. You know, they're still our brothers. But even though they're wicked, they're being wicked. You know, they're not our brothers in the spirit, but in the flesh, they're still Jake. You know, we learn of these things even in the New Testament. It's written in the scriptures. You know, even they seek love. You know, all these things, man, the Lord has given unto us to increase our wisdom, increase our understanding. You know, when dealing with Jake. You know, even when dealing with our enemies. You know, the Lord has put upon us a meek spirit. You know, we may, you know, lose touch every now and then, but we're always communicating with the Lord in prayer. You know, and always being mindful of his judgment. You know, that always puts us back in place. You know, fearing the Lord, not man, but fearing the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai if we go outside of those lines. You know, because we can clearly see his judgments all around us. You know, and we've seen it with our own eyes growing up. You know, and through the Lord's mercy, you know, he's, you know, blessed us, you know, being alive, and blessed us with his word, and blessed us with this service, you know, of the ministry. You know, and it says, verse 23, and it says, such as forsake the Lord shall fall into it, and it shall burn in them and not be quenched. It shall be set upon them as a lion, and devour them as a leopard. Look that thou, Salakia, and it says, look that thou hedge thy possession about with thorns, and bind up thy silver and gold, and weigh thy words in a balance, and make a door and a bar for thy mouth, man. Khan. That's what that and as I was saying earlier, you know, think before you speak. Weigh your words in the balance, man. You know, think about, you know, that's why when I you know, think about the fruit thereof. You know, is it beneficial? You know, what kind of vibration, what kind of spirit is it going to bring upon this person? You know, and I've said it in prior videos, you know, I love, you know, giving something to Jake, man, not allowing him to leave me empty-handed. You know, putting Jake in a particular state of mind, so when he leaves me, you know, it'll give him a good start, you know, a good push in the right direction, a good a stable, I can't give you stable mindset, but just planting that seed of wisdom in their mind. You know, whether it stays or not, but just giving them that little push as they leave you, man. You know, that, you know, it just, you know, once again, you know, showing our brothers and sisters, showing our brothers, most importantly, what mercy looks like. So he'll take that with him when he's dealing with the next person, that he may think for a second and be like, you know what, let me maintain this good vibration and let me apologize. And this person could be somebody that often blows up or backbites a lot, but for that moment, you know, if the Lord is with him, he'll be edified. You know, when he's dealing with the next person, when that other person is, you know, says something to maybe get under his skin or whatever, he may continue in the spirit, you know, and show mercy and not backbite, or just take the L. You know, Thawadi Habashim al-Shah for the, you know, the elect, and Lord willing, we're part of that number. And we say that with humility, you know, that the elect is an example unto the rest of our people on how to serve the Lord, how to keep his way, how to walk in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Okay? So let me wrap it up. And it says, verse 26, beware thou slide not by it, lest thou fall before him that lieth in wait, man. All right? Because sin lieth at the door, man. You know, this is that's why it's, you know, and we're getting ready to experience all these things in its totality in Jacob's trouble, man. You know, this is why it's good to constantly read the scriptures. Constantly, and especially for you younger brothers, man. Younger in the faith. You know, this is why I always advise that you read the books of wisdom. You know, because just based off of just reading, experience and reading, the books of Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, Wisdom of Solomon, all of these are basically just breakdowns of the law. You know? So a good, exercise, a good exercise in the books of wisdom, you know, a constant routine in reading the books of wisdom will keep you sharp in the spirit. You know, it'll help you keep the law. And the Lord is being subtle with our own spirit. You know, he's subtle in his delivery as well. Feeding it to you in a way that you can understand, so you'll be able to paint the picture a lot better in your mind. You know, that's the Lord correcting us in the spirit. That's the Lord supping with you. You know? So, man, I'm going to just end it here. You know, it's a little longer than I wanted it to go, but I hope y'all were edified. And I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. I like to give double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone. I like to give salutations to the Akyam preaching the gospel across the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. Shalom Akyam. Shalom. The water Yahweh Shah. The water.